Today, I'm gonna show you how to make my grandma's peach Jell-O salad.
We're gonna teach you how to make our grandma's peach Jell-O salad.
What? My brother Roy?
What? My brother Dennis?
What? So, my special guest star Roy here is gonna help us introduce the ingredients.
That I will, Dennis. So right here we have a bowl of crushed pecans, or pecans, depending on where you're from.
Yep, about half a cup, or however much you can get your hands on. Next, we have a cup of heavy whipping cream. This is my favorite part of the recipe. It's a lot of fun to do with a friend or a brother.
Use it on my face every night for moisturizer.
Next, we have a can of crushed pineapple in crushed heavy syrup. Well, I guess the syrup's not crushed, but you know. And we have...
syrup.
What do we got here, Roy?
We got some Jello right there, Dennis.
Yeah, some peach Jell-O. That's the good stuff, and that's where the peach comes in.
That is where the peach comes from.
And last but not least, half a gallon of cultured buttermilk. Yep. We're not gonna use the whole half gallon, but I might use that later. And that's a surprise.
Oh no, I didn't see it. What was it?
It's a surprise.
We'll find out later, okay. Shall we go to the stove?
We shall! First, you're gonna get a pot, turn on your stove to medium or whatever floats your boat. You're gonna get your cup of crushed pineapple, and you're just gonna pour it in. Plop it in. That plop. And now we're gonna let this get up to about a boil.
So once your pineapple starts to pop and sizzle like a booty in the club, it's time to add the next ingredient.
Yes, Roy, what is it?
It's a cactus, right?
No, it's Jello.
It's Jello. Oh, it's pretty close though, right?
Not at all.
Wow, look at that. It's like a little island in the middle of a pineapple sea.
And now I'm gonna integrate it.
And now it's time for the cactus. Right?
Nope.
Alright.
It's never time for the cactus. So what we're doing right now is, usually when you're making Jello, you use water, and then you add the Jello to that after you boil it. But for this recipe, we use the pineapple, and then we're gonna add some other stuff as well that kind of mimics the water that you would normally use for Jello. So next up is what I think is the coolest part of the recipe. It's not a cactus, it is the heavy cream. So we're gonna pour this into a bowl.
It's pretty heavy right there.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna whip this to make whipped cream. So Roy, if you would, take this spoon and just start stirring.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Just keep stirring, don't pay any attention to what I'm gonna do, okay?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that's never gonna actually work if you're just using like a wooden spoon. It will work if you're using like a whisk, but if you use an electric mixer, it's gonna be a lot easier on you.
Why did you make me do that the whole time?
This is a joke. So you can see it's still a liquid for now. There's some air bubbles in it, but the way you make cream is you get all that air in the liquid. So to do that, I'm just gonna keep stirring it until it comes together. You know, I just realized there's a whip setting on this mixer. So, as you can see, almost like a different state of matter than it was before, right?
Wow.
Thick. So, I probably didn't say it before, but you should turn off your stove after you mix in your Jello, stir it around for a little bit, take it off the heat, because you don't want it to burn on the bottom, because then that's impossible to get off, and you'll have to throw away your pot. Not impossible, but it sucks. So now, we've whipped our cream. Basically, all we're gonna do is just combine all the ingredients in your pan, or whatever you're gonna store your Jello in.
Probably a pan.
Yeah, a deep baking casserole dish or something.
Or a hat.
So first, we're gonna add our Jello concoction.
That is still steaming.
Yeah, you want it to be hot, otherwise it'll start to congeal before you can add the other ingredients.
Okay.
Now, why don't you add our whipped cream for me there, Mr. Rowe? Now here comes the surprise. No, not the surprise. I told you this is gonna happen. 2 cups of buttermilk.
Cultured buttermilk.
It's a little background, Roy. This is probably your favorite dessert ever as a kid, right?
Yeah, it was, definitely. That is just going everywhere. But it's worth it. That is making a mess.
So now our second surprise guest, Brennan, is gonna put the finishing touch.
All right. The nuts?
Yes.
All right.
See, she knows.
Nuts!
I knew.
So you're just gonna sprinkle them on there?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
sprinkle in a little bit, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge to congeal.
A little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. And then once we put it to congeal, then we sprinkle the nuts over the top. So they'll keep them just on the top. This is kind of letting them sink a little bit, get a little bit of extra flavor.
More nuts.
There we go. And now we're gonna put it in the fridge till it congeals, and then it'll be ready to eat.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, we had it in the fridge for about 2 hours, and now we can add the finishing touches with the pecan.
Alright. Please help spread it.
Can I help? Sure.
Oh my god!
What? You're not getting it in equal
everywhere.
spritzing.
I was doing it delicately.
All right, looks just like I remember. Now it's time to serve it up. Yes, it's still a little liquidy, but Roy and his girlfriend are really hungry, so we're gonna eat it now.
Ow! Ow!
What?
Ow!
No!
So I'm gonna add some canned peach slices here to just make a nicer thumbnail. This isn't even part of the recipe. I'm just a fraud. This gives you an idea of it's fresh. First, we're gonna have my guest today, Roy, taste it and tell me if it's just like he remembers before we have Brennan rate it.
Okay, here we go. So my grandma made this all the time. This was like our signature kind of side dish where we had this kind of on the side where we had our main kind of meal and entree right here. That tastes exactly like our grandma used to make it.
Oh my god,
wow.
I'm excited now.
Can this just be my plate? Because I just have so much nostalgia going on for this.
We still have the rest of the thing for you. Wait, well, let Brennan try some.
No!
I want in on the memories.
Hold on. All right, Brennan, try it and get us that rating.
Why is her spoon bigger than mine?
I'm the special
Because
guest.
she deserves it.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Can you
Two thumbs
describe it?
up. Oh yeah, it's really sweet and tart, and like you can have the taste of the Jello, but it doesn't taste like it's a Jello dessert. It just kind of tastes nice and sweet and comforting. I'm gonna have another one.
And I'm a peach, because why not?
So my first thought is it's interesting in that it can serve as either a appetizer or a dessert. Like it's sweet, but it's light.
It could be like a palate cleanser.
Yeah, you know, it's not like very heavy. It's not overly sweet, not super rich. So you could eat a lot of this stuff too. I've had this for breakfast before, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would be a bad breakfast.
I mean, we like I said, we had this on the side where we'd have our kind of like main dish here. We'd have turkey with mac and cheese, green beans, and a roll, and then this would kind of be its own kind of side situation, and it was just very nice to kind of go back and forth between. Like it could definitely be a dessert, but as an entree or an appetizer, absolutely.
Also, normally it would be nice little squares, but we were too hungry to let it congeal fully. So,
We still have the rest of it. You can let that congeal.
yeah,
It's
of
still
course.
good.
Yeah, it's good no matter what.
Well, thanks for letting me in on your family foods,
Same.
your vittles.
Of course, and I hope Roy makes it for you again sometime.
I will, but I'm gonna take my cactus elsewhere. So goodbye.
Oh.
More for me.
Yeah, comment with your family recipes that you'd like to see us try. And also, if you'd like, check out my brother Oiby on his channel over here. He's a theme park vlogger. And he's a pretty good one.
That's the thing.
If you like Disney or Universal, check him out.
Theme park vloggers.
Thanks for watching.
Ew.
See you soon.